Shalom, Lars Enarsson with the Watchman International coming to you from Israel on the border to Gaza. It is today Tuesday, August 12, and yesterday was a quiet day in Gaza. The ceasefire that began midnight Sunday is still holding here, and negotiations are taking place in Cairo, Egypt. Will the ceasefire be extended after Wednesday night? We do not know, and we need to continue to pray because it is still a tense situation here. In this update, I want to try to summarize the war in Gaza this summer, 2014, so far. The most outstanding thing that we can report by far is that this operation in Gaza that the Israeli forces launched was able to undo the threat from the tunnels that Hamas had been digging under the border into Israel for at least 5 years. Several reports indicate that Hamas had planned a major terrorist attack against Israel on Rosh Hashanah at the end of September this year. This attack would have killed thousands of Israelis. And we need to thank God that He is still watching over His people and that this danger has been averted. Israel is now developing an Iron Dome system, so to speak, for these tunnels. And out of 700 different ideas, the army has chosen 2 that they will begin to implement here immediately in order to be able to safeguard the communities around Gaza from the threat of these tunnels that Hamas has been working on. So we need to thank God for that. The second thing that we need to say is that Hamas is still in power in Gaza. They have not been defeated, and they are still able to fight if they should decide to do so. There has been disunity in the Security Cabinet about this issue. Jewish Home Leader Naftali Bennett said yesterday that he is certain that sooner or later Israel will have to go into Gaza to topple Hamas. And we need to pray for that. We believe that there is coming sooner or later, in fact, a major confrontation with Islam here in the Middle East. And that is going to require us being prepared also in prayer for that major confrontation of the main world power that is threatening world peace today. The third thing that I would like to say here, that this conflict has also showed that secular Zionism has no future. God in His providence allowed the Jewish people to come back to their homeland in unbelief to a great extent. Well, God's word is true. God will not be mocked. Sooner or later, they will not be able to stay here without turning to God and believe in Him. So, and welcome their Messiah. This is a process that is gradually taking place here, and we need to thank God that more and more Jews are turning to God in sincere faith to serve Him and to put their hope in Him and not in the nations. Israel was established, as I said, by secular Zionists who, with an agenda that Israel would become a nation just like any other nation in the world. And God's word tells us clearly that is not what God has in mind. So we need to intensify our prayers and become sincere and dedicated watchmen on the walls of Jerusalem, because this is the hope for the whole world. Peace is going to come out from Jerusalem when the Jewish people welcome their Messiah. Fourthly, I would say that I just want to add in the end, the Jewish people that were expelled from Gaza in 2005, 9,000 of them have renewed their hopes during this conflict that one day not so long in the future, they believe that they will return to Gaza again. And that is something that is evident to them, that Israel will not have peace where there is no Jewish settlements. They were the they safeguarded the Tel Aviv with their presence in Gush Katif, in Gaza. They said so already at that time. The secular Zionist leaders here in Israel rebelled against that and expelled them, but sooner or later they will come back. So stay with us in prayer, friends. Go to our website, thewatchman.org, and subscribe to the Prayer Alerts in the Elijah Prayer Army, and join us in prayer, agreeing with the specific prayer points that we list there. I'm Lars Enarsson with the Watchman International from Israel on the border to Gaza. Shalom.